Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Today, we're going to talk just a little bit about that TAA event that happened on Lake Lanier, the Tournament Anglers Association event that happened on Lake Lanier. Lots of talk about it. No forward-facing sonar, no 360, no practice time, no waypoints, things like that. And we're going to talk just a little bit about what that tournament, how it went, and what that tournament meant to professional bass fishing. We'll be back in just a second, guys. Welcome back to MFO, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We really do appreciate everybody who tunes in on a daily basis. We try and put this content out Monday through Fridays, 5 o'clock Central Time. We hope that you guys tune in, and we hope that you subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'd appreciate that. Send us your comments, and I'd really like to hear your comments on today's topic. And that topic is that Tournament Anglers Association event that happened last weekend on Lake Lanier. Alan Brooks put this out. He, pretty well-known guy, pretty, from what I understand, pretty top-notch kind of guy. Congrats, by the way, to Chris Johnston, one of the two Johnson brothers who made the top 12 cut and cash check. Chris was the one that won it out there. But this event was pretty well hyped up, and as being no forward-facing sonar, no practice, no 360, no waypoints. And they did a nice job in terms of making it so that you didn't have to take off the units from your boat. They just had a situation where they covered up the outlets, so you didn't have to strip your boat down if you had this stuff on there. And from what I've heard in talking to guys who participated, guys that know about it, it was a really positive event. The thing that struck me first was all the talk ahead of time was that they were going to try and have 200 boats come out to this. And this thing was going to pay out $300,000 to first place. Well, that fell short. 47 guys participated. But I don't want that to be the takeaway, because I think that's the reason, quite honestly, I'm doing this video, is because I think that a lot of people can kind of have a knee-jerk reaction to, well, it failed. It didn't go the way they wanted. They were hoping for 200. They got 47. Here's my takeaway on this, is that, number one, sounds like the people who participated had a great time. Sounds like they did a great job in the way that they ran the event and the way they made everybody, feel good about participating in the event. I didn't hear any negatives at all in terms of the way the event was run or the things that they did. And in my opinion, I give them a ton of credit for doing something different, not just running the same kind of thing over and over, cookie cutter. Hey, we're going to have an event. We're going to do this. We're going to do the same thing that the other guys do and other guys do, and we're just going to copy. They did something different. They did something to respond to some of the things that people have been talking about. And I think what's happening is this is step number one. And like all of us, you do something, you deserve credit for going out and trying something new. And then if you learn from, hey, we did a few things that we made a few mistakes on, and we're going to try, and the next time we do it, we're going to do better, then that's what it's all about. We all make mistakes, and if we learn from them and improve on it, we can actually take a product that was a good idea and we can make it better. That what I'm referring to in terms of mistakes is, and I've heard people comment on this, and so I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. One of the issues is that they asked people to, hey, are you interested in participating in the event? And it was just a yes or no. Yes, I'd like to participate. But they didn't ask for money up front. And so as it got closer and closer, people bowed out of participating because they heard, well, there's only 40 guys who've paid their money. And it was like, hey, call me when more people put their money in and I'll get in. And it was, everybody waited for everyone else to get in. And then when it got too close, it was like, hey, we only got 47 guys who paid. I think if you switch that around and you turn around and say, hey guys, if you're in, you got to get a deposit in, maybe not the whole amount, but a deposit, then that would end up getting more guys. Is it 200? I don't know. But this is where the learning process comes in, and these are some of the things that might change come the second event. The other part about this is if you're gonna have a forward-facing, non-forward-facing sonar tournament, and you're gonna, kind of tout that you're not doing that, having it on a lake where right away, right at the exact moment, and this happened, guys, the day that they go out, boy, those fish hit the beds, and they were all over on beds. And so all of a sudden, you get the people who, instead of complaining about, well, they were using forward-facing sonar, you get the people who were complaining, yeah, they were just picking every fish off beds. And so you just switched from one controversy to another. And that's unfortunate, but again, I don't know that it certainly wasn't planned that way. It happened, and you're not going to fault the anglers for doing a 4-hour ride along and getting into a bay and realizing that there were 2-pound largemouth all over on bed. You couldn't help but catch fish that had moved up to the shallows. So again, don't fault TAA for any of that. That just happened. I clap my hands, give them kudos for trying to do something different and running a positive, good event. And I encourage them, in terms of learn from the mistakes, roll out another second edition, see if we can improve on the things that didn't go the way you had hoped. And I look forward to this in the bass fishing community. Send me your comments, guys. I'd love to hear what you think about this. If you're aware of it, if you think it was a failure, if you think it was a good thing, let me know. I'd love to hear about that. We'll get a conversation going in the comments section. Until tomorrow, guys, appreciate you tuning in to Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.